Hi guys, Davorka here. So I wanted to talk to you about something. Few days ago, my oldest girl, she's 5 years old, lost her first tooth, and actually it was loose for few days before that, and it got really loose at the end. And one part of the tooth that was loose was really sharp. And every time she just touched it, that sharp part would hit her on the meat from inside and it would hurt her. And I told her like, okay, so do you want me to take it out? But she was so scared that it's going to bleed a lot, and she's not really good with pain, and she was afraid that it's going to hurt her a lot. And the funny thing was that it was hurting her all the time, and I knew because I went through it that it's not going to hurt her as much as it hurts her right now. So it was hurting her more than it would if she has taken it out right away. And I told her that. And then she was really thinking about it, but she was too scared. She was really scared. And I'm like, okay, this is your decision. Mom is not going to do anything unless you tell me to do that. So when you decide to get your tooth out, I'm going to be here and I'm going to help you. If you want to do it by yourself, you can do it. I'm going to help you with that. If you want mommy to do it, I'm going to help you. But I just left that decision on her because I want to have a strong little girl who is going to make her own decision in life and not being and waiting for somebody else to make the decisions for her. So this was left on her, and she was thinking about it the whole day. And tomorrow morning, when we were getting ready to go to school, she came to me and she's like, "Mommy," and I'm like, "Yes, baby." She's like, "Okay, I want you to take it out." I'm like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yes, I want you to take it out." And she was so scared. So I tried. It's so small and slippery, so it was difficult for me just to pluck it out. So I took the tweezers. And she was like, "Oh, so afraid." I'm like, "I'm not going to do anything you don't want me to do. Do you want me to take it out?" And she's like, "Will it hurt?" I'm like, "I'm not going to lie to you. Probably it will, but not so much. It's going to pass really fast. Will it bleed?" And then I said, "Probably it will a little bit because it's still holding to the small part, but it will pass really fast." And she was tingling. She's like, "Okay, do it. Just do it. Just quickly do it." And I took the tweezers, and in a second, the tooth was out. Yes, there was a little pluck, and then the tooth was out. There was a little blood, and she told me that she did hurt a little bit for that second when the tooth was out, and that was it. And then I showed the tooth to her and how sharp it was, and she was like, "Oh my God, yes." And after that, oh my God, she was so happy, and she went all over the house and she was showing that to everybody, her little sister, dad and grandma, everybody here. And she said, "Okay, mommy, I want to bring it to the class just so I can show it to my classmates." And I'm like, "Oh my God, how will the tooth fairy have it if you lose it?" And she's like, "No, I'm not going to lose it. I'm just going to show it to everybody." I'm like, "Okay." So she went to her school and she showed it to everybody. And at one point, she did lose it. It fell down into one bag. And then, thank God, she has a great teacher. And the teacher helped her to find it. So the tooth was rescued at the end. But she was so happy and she was showing it to everybody, and she was so proud because she did it. And of course, that night the tooth fairy did bring her a coin, and she bought a beautiful pen for her, and she's so happy that she accomplished that. She got that. But that got me thinking. Of course, I was really proud of my girl because this was not a small thing. For somebody on her age, this is a huge fear, really huge fear. I mean, just talk to somebody in all adult age. How happy are they when somebody is playing with their teeth, right? Nobody likes that. So for her to do this and to make this decision and to be that brave in that moment, it was a huge deal. And that just got me thinking about us as adults. How many people, myself included, are staying in the same situation that doesn't work, that hurts us. It can be situation, it can be a relationship, it can be job, anything that is happening in our life that is supposed to come to its end, but we are prolonging the pain because we are so afraid of unknown. How many of us are doing that on a daily basis? And it's just, so I was, when I thought about it, I was extra specially proud of my girl, because this is not a small thing. It's a big thing, and a lot of adult people are not even courageous enough to think about leaving the old and continuing to the new, because they're so afraid. So if you can learn from my daughter, because whatever hurts you, whatever is not working in your life, whatever doesn't serve you, no matter how much you describe it as necessary, or whatever you believe you have about it, that you need to go through it, I'm here to tell you one thing. While you're going through it, you're in pain and you are suffering for your own decision to do so. Nobody's making you. So you always have the power to end your own suffering. There is always a way out. You just need to be courageous enough to take the leap and to leave the old behind. And I understand that there are situations where you feel like the end of the world is going to happen. But what is the worst case scenario? Really, what is really the worst case scenario? Sometimes it really helps. Write it down. Write your thinking process down, because let me tell you something. Every situation in life, every decision in life, everything that is happening can happen in multiple different ways. What is the certainty that this is going to happen the way that you think it's going to happen? And as humans, we are usually prone to think in the worst possible scenario. And like, why doomed yourself for suffering and more suffering for something that is probably and 99% not going to happen in the first place? So just think about it. And yeah, I hope you're going to learn something from my daughter's example, because I did. I actually did, and it's refreshing to see with little kids how courageous they are, because they are new energy, and they are so innocent, and they're here to actually show us the way. And we just need to be open to see the lessons that they are providing. And believe me, every kid is providing a lesson. We are learning from each other, even from the babies. So that's it for me for now. I hope you learned something today. And yes, please do hit subscribe, like the video if you like it. And if you have a comment, please do comment. I like comments. So see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.